Good to see you both.
Yeah.
So how this podcast episode originated,
Yeah.
I was sitting at Cafe Landauer,
Yeah.
and I was just on a phone call. I'm like, hang on a second. I think I see Mark Bowden. So I watch his videos, and I stay up to date on his content, and it's fascinating stuff. Like, I've always, Alan Moore, the guy that wrote all these amazing comic books.
He used to live very close to me, Alan.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, when I lived in Northampton, he's a Northampton.
Yeah, he stays in his
Stays in his little cottage still. Yeah.
He has this like phrase that's always stuck with me, or not even a phrase. It's just like this clip from this YouTube video where he talks about just the power of communication, that, you know, the origin of the word grammar is from grimoire.
Thus, the people who had discovered the wonderful ability of writing would have had supernatural powers in the eyes of the people surrounding them. They would have been able to send their thoughts at a distance to somebody else who could read.
That, you know, spelling is a spell, and it's just always been fascinating that, like, communication is, you know, you say one thing and then it can lead to 100 different things, but the way you say it, the tone of it, and that's your specialty. And I'd love for you to maybe just kind of help round out my understanding of you, and, you know, for the rest of the audience as well.
So grammar and spelling. Yeah, the casting of realities through the words that we use and the actions that we have. Yeah, that for Alan Moore is the magic, the magi, the person who can create the imago, the perfect world, the perfect. So imagination comes from imago, perfect picture.
You are modifying the consciousness of the reader, and therefore you are modifying the reality of the reader. Writing will modify the reality and the consciousness of the entire species, and also, inevitably, will mean modifying the consciousness of the writer themselves.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so you would use grammar and spelling in order to, in somebody's mind, create a perfected image that they would believe to be so real, it would be real for them. I mean, it's an extraordinary thing because the universe happens in your head.
Right. It's all
It's
subjective
all,
reality.
I mean, it's happening in my head at the moment. It's happening in your head. The issue comes if what's happening in your head is so different from what's happening in my head that we don't get along. And this is interesting in terms of culture and how you create culture that won't be in conflict with other cultures. Because everybody wants everybody to get on, especially in companies.
Sure.
Compagnia, to eat bread together.
Right.
Around a table.
Way.
Yeah, that's why you have shares of a company. You have shares of the bread. And so you sit around the table and the bread comes on the table and you go, okay, well, so you brought in this work and I did this and, you know, he did this. And so there's your share and there's your share and there's your share. And now let's eat the bread together and let's have how do you treat the bread? And how do you treat the bread? And actually, I'm a bit annoyed that you got more bread than I, because I thought, based on my value system, based on my evaluation, that the tasks that I did meant that I should have got really your share, but you got that share, and the evaluation, the value system doesn't match up. So when we have culture,